Hit recorded. Hello, everyone. My name is Sunday at twitch.tv, Morning Gator, and today I'm going to be showing you all how to make a Mutants and Masterminds character. Mutants and Masterminds is probably my favorite tabletop RPG game, but you don't see it a lot, or there isn't a lot of videos on it for that. And today I'm going to be showing you the basics of how to make a character and explain things. And with that, we'll be making a new character. So what you're going to want to do, first of all, you see the website on. It is called HeroSheet. You're going to look that up, and it should come up right away. It's free to sign up. You just need a username and password, and boom, you're already in it. And you could go in and make a character right away. So you're going to click on create a new character, and you're going to see this screen. This part kind of depends on what campaign you're playing or what character you are going to, what character level you're going to want to make. Because you see right here, power level. Power level dictates how many points I can spend. Mutants and Mastermind is a point buy system, so different amount of points buy you different amount of things. So let's start with a level 5 hero. Which allots me 75 points right here. All this stuff you don't really need to do, that's more DM or other stuff. But right here is where you actually begin to start writing your character. All this stuff is pretty self-explanatory. Your name, the name of the character, the player. You can have your identity be secret, kind of like, imagine it like Batman. You know how Batman is secretly Bruce Wayne, or you can just have everyone know that you're gun guy Jonas. A bunch of other things that describe your characters, and then effort points right here. You're always going to have, you start off the game with 1 effort point, and it's kind of like the inspiration from D&D, but in Mutants and Masterminds you have a lot more creative freedom over how you want to spend this point. You can use it to add small things to the scene, or just give yourself an extra bonus for re-rolls and stuff. For example, if I say I'm a kung fu guy, kung fu master, and I'm going against the Human Torch, and I don't really have any expertise way to get in range and fight him. I could use my effort point to edit the scene and say I karate chop a sink, and the flowing water pressure makes a little water blast that I can aim at the Human Torch. That sounds like a lot, but you'll start getting the hang of it once you play the game more and realize that you have a lot more creative freedom as a player than you may think. And if you think your idea might be reaching too much, this game also very much relies on DM and player communication. Like, I could bring that idea up to my DM, and although the exact idea might not be possible, maybe we can come to an agreement to where my effort point would be effective in this encounter. And then we're going to go on to the next step. Abilities. These are your defenses and your abilities. Your abilities scale your powers, your skills, and your defenses, as well as other checks made throughout the game that the DM will come up with. Strength, this is how much damage you are going to do if you are doing kind of like a fist, a strength build. Like, a Hulk would probably have like a really big number, like 10 or some shit, but like a normal person would have like 0 or 1 even. Stamina, this is your HP skill. You see, when I level up stamina, it's going to affect your defenses and initiative numbers. This is a very important stat to take, even though it doesn't necessarily affect anything else. This is just a good stat to have if you were to take. It's just a good stat to take because whenever you take damage, you need to make a toughness check. So of course you could have it at 0 and not be tanky, or you could just be really tanky and get the maximum amount of toughness and just go fucking all the way. Boom. And then this score right over here, the reason why it's glowing red is because your scores can't be over twice your level. There's a few other things that come into play when calculating what your maximum can be in a certain stat, but we'll get there when we get there. Agility is, I think it's your initiative? Yes, it's your initiative and your dexterity saving throw, basically dodge. So if anyone is throwing something at you, that is the check you will make in order to, dodge it. It also affects your initiative. Initiative is the same thing as like D&D. You roll at the beginning of an encounter, and that is the turn order. Whoa, go back up. Dexterity is your ranged attack. So if I'm a guy who uses a bow and arrow, I would want to increase my dexterity. Or if I was a guy that shoots guns or some magic bullets, any kind of ranged ability is what you would want to use dexterity for, because that is your 2-hit bonus. Fighting is your hand-to-hand kind of close combat thing. You see right here how it affected my parry. If someone were to walk up to me and karate chop me, I would have to make a parry check against his attack in order to not be hit. Intellect, that's just for skills over here. We'll get to skills in a bit. Awareness, same thing. Wait, right? Oh no, it affects your... Sorry, I didn't know that. Awareness is also for skills and affects your will. Your will is kind of like any mind-altering abilities like hypnosis or magic. Oh, excuse me. Presence is your charisma. That will also affect skills over here. And then you see me putting points into these abilities over here. You could do that, or you can put points over here into just your defenses and initiative. Although if you put your bonuses just into these, it won't affect this score over here. If I put points into dodge, it won't affect my, agility? Yeah, it won't affect my agility, therefore it won't affect any other stat. It would just give me the defensive bonus from the stat. So if I just wanted to make my character a little better at dodging things, or if I wanted to make my character, I don't know, more of a hand-to-hand combat person who can run up and defend themselves well, I would level up my parry. And whenever you're leveling up or changing things, it'll tell you how much it costs. For the stat itself, it costs 2 points per one. But if you were to go to the defenses, it would cost half that, because as I said, you aren't getting any other bonuses from the stat, just the defensive bonuses. Alright, so let's go on over to the skills. The skills is very much just like D&D. You could go through here, and they're all pretty self-explanatory. Acrobatics, athletics, deception, insight, yada yada. You get the point of it. You can put your points in here to upgrade your stats. In base Mutants Masterminds, you cannot make a check unless you have points in something. Or no, sorry, you can make a check, but it would be at I think it is a -5 you would have on the check if you are not trained in it. There are some other things you can do to avoid it, like tools, or if your DM just says, nah, you don't have to, it's whatever. Talk to your DM about this and see what you think would need to round out the party, because skills are very necessary, just like they are in D&D. Let us go on over to the advantages. Advantages are kind of like feats in D&D. These give you many, many bonuses. They have varying points. I could go over all of these, but that would take a long time. For this, I would recommend just taking your time and reading through them. I would probably do this at the very end after I've made my powers. Your powers are very, very, that's like the whole thing of your character. And these can kind of smooth out the edges of a character. Like, let's go with fast grab. Make a free grab check after an unarmed attack. So if I was to walk up to someone and punch them with my fist, I could use my free action, which is basically your bonus action, to make a grab check on them. And if there is any information that you might not know, there is this handy dandy little book next to almost everything. What you can do is you can click it, and it will take you to the rules website of Mutants and Masterminds. And you could look up a more in-depth guide for everything. I use this all the time whenever I have a question. This is the Bible for Mutants and Masterminds. Let's go on to equipment. Equipment is if you are kind of like a tech hero, or if you want some things that just your powers do not provide. So I'm going to add equipment, and there's all sorts of things. There's simple equipment and powered equipment. That's when you want to get really, really creative with your equipment, and you don't see it on here. Like you see camera, cell phone, smartphone, ways to communicate, police things like lock release guns, handcuffs, binoculars, survival gear, weapons, ranged weapons, explosives, armor. There's all that kind of equipment in here. And you could buy it using your character points and all that. But if there's something in here that you don't that you want that you don't see, you could talk to your DM and customize it with simple equipment or the powered equipment, whatever one you want, and then the DM can notify you of how much it would be for that power. All right, we've got on over basically everything. Now here is the big thing: the powers. Mutants and Masterminds, superhero game. Very, very important to have some cool powers. And the game just has that. You can do anything your mind can think of. Let's start off with. Let's go with. Let's do like a lightning guy. I like lightning. Lightning's cool. I can talk about lightning. So, what kind of powers would a lightning hero have? You know, they can shoot out lightning. Start off with that one. The name of the power, pretty self-explanatory. Let's go with lightning blast. And then you're gonna see this. You're gonna see this. You can't see it on the screen, but you're gonna see a drop-down menu that has a lot of things and can be very very daunting at first. This is where the character creation process really gets scary to new players because there's so much you can do. So when you click on the drop down menu, you're going to see a bunch of things, and that if I was looking for an ability like a punch or some sort of attack, some sort of offensive choice, that I shoot out a laser, I punch someone, that kind of thing, there's going to be a power effect called damage, which, easy peasy one. You inflict damage by making a close attack. So if I'm a lightning guy, and I'm shooting my lightning, I'm not going to be making a close attack. And every single damaging effect in this game automatically has 0 range, which means you have to be right in front of them. Or, yeah, is automatically close range. So I'm going to go to extras, which is another drop-down menu, and there is a bunch of extra effects you could add onto your ability to increase its range, to make it an AoE, to make it reoccur every turn. But I'm just going to add increase to range. There's going to be one that increases effects range from close to range. And now once I have this, it's going to add this little +1, which means if you look over here, it costs 2 points. So right now, for a ranked 1 lightning blast with a range 0, which you can also go over here and play and look at the ranks and measures, that's going to be 30 feet. So right now, I have a 30-foot lightning blast that deals rank 1 damage. So let's go make it rank 3. So it's going to cost 6 points. And each rank that you put into a power makes it a little harder to save against. Think about it like D&D saves. Like each time you get an extra point in your charisma, it goes up 1 and it makes the 2-hit ability higher, and it makes the spell save DC higher. Each time you level up a rank in an ability, when it comes to damage or saving throws, it basically does the same thing like that. So if I had a rank 1 range, rank 3 lightning blast, and I wanted to make this attack, on my turn, what I would do is I would use my main action to make a lightning blast with a rank 0 range, which is meaning they would have to be within 30 feet of me. I would need to roll a d20 plus 3. Oh no, sorry. A d20 plus my dexterity bonus. Boom. I'm learning too. A d20 plus my dexterity bonus versus their defensive stat of dodge plus 10. And then if I were to succeed that roll, then the defender would make a save using their toughness because they are tanking the hit, and they would need to roll a d20 plus their toughness versus 15 plus the rank of the ability. So the rank of the ability makes the toughness check harder, but the rank of dexterity or strength makes my 2 hit higher. And then again, if you need to see it a bit more or explain it a bit more, you can always go to the website here. That will explain everything. You just need to click the little book, and it'll give you a more in-depth guide. So now I have a ranged lightning blast. What other kind of thing? I think like a little lightning teleport would be cool. I think that sounds cool. What's that? So on the drop down effect, you're going to see a bunch of powers. Feel free to just read through them because they all do very cool things. But let's get a little creative with this one. So let's say I have a lightning teleport. So right now it is rank 0, which means I can teleport 30 feet. And for all this ranks and stuff, you can see it right here in the In Play tab and just scroll through, and it'll tell you how far, how big, how long something lasts. All that information based on the ranks. So right now, if I were to use my teleport ability, I would have to use my movement, and I would just teleport 30 feet, which isn't much because you can just walk 30 feet. I guess it's good for getting on top of places you can't necessarily walk to. But I want to do something cool. Let's go to the flaws. The flaws, you know how extras, they add extra bonuses to the thing, but they make the power more expensive. I could make the power more a little weaker or flavorful, and just by playing into my weaknesses, I can get points back. So let's do limited. Oh wait, no, sorry, not limited. What is it? It would be It would be, let's go, it would be uncontrollable. It would be quirk. It would be a quirk. A minor flaw to an effect, the opposite of a feature. For quirk, quirk is a very broad term when it comes to flaws. So this one, you would need to talk to your DM. The ability that I want to add is I want to be able to lightning teleport, but only if there are clouds above me. I think that would be like rank 2, because you're not always going to be outside. So I have a rank 2 teleport, and then I want to make it very, very, I want to increase the range so I can go even further. Even further than just the 30 feet. So there is going to be one that is, what the heck? Well, that's not it. Trying to find the increase range one. Oh wait, no, sorry.
Oh my god!
2 inches on a good day. Thank you for the follow. There is going to be one that is... Actually, let's read it. So, okay, never mind. Okay, that's what I thought. Sorry. So for this one, instead of needing to increase the range, each rank you put into the point will increase the range. So let's make it we can make it a power level equal to our power. So we have 5 ranks in it. Because we are level 5, that is the maximum rank we can go on powers. So if we go to in play, we can see how far we can go. I can move up to 900 feet on my turn. I can move to 900 feet on my turn, but only if I am in clear line of clouds. And that's pretty damn good. What is another lightning based power that I could add? Let's do like lightning chains. Like I want to swing some lightning around and plant you to the ground with my lightning powers. For a save like that, if it's like a saving throw or an effect you're trying to put on someone, that would be an affliction. Let's do a lightning chains. Boom. And you're going to see a bunch of shit right here. Right. It's very, once you get the hang of it, very self-explanatory. When you are making a saving throw, each 5 points is 1 degree of failure. So let's say I am making a toughness check against someone's like gun they shot at me. And their saving throw is 15, and I fail by 1 point. So that is a -1 to my toughness checks. But if I were to fail by 5 points, and if I rolled a 10, then I would get a -2, and then by another 5, if I rolled really, really low, like a 5 or some shit, then I would get a -3. And that same rule applies to saving throws and afflictions. So if you just want to go from the least severe outcome to the most severe outcome. So if I shot lightning at someone and they were pretty tanky and able to do it, they would probably be dazed. And then if they was pretty well at it, they would be stunned and then paralyzed. And then if you need a refresher on these things, you can click the book because they all have different effects. Let's go to conditions. There is also this tab over here, conditions, where you can keep track of your life total, like right here. If I get damaged and I have a -3, I can keep track of it right there. Or if I'm getting healed, I can put it right there. And you could also see all of the things, the afflictions that you could put on someone. So paralyzed, what does paralyzed do? You click on paralyzed, and then all the ones that are highlighted is what happens. So they are stunned, they can't move, and they get no bonuses from their defensive stats. Then what was the next one? They were stunned, so they have no actions. And the dazed is they only have a single action. And then resist with is just you're just choosing which one, which saving throw you would want them to resist the ability with. So it's like lightning and I'm shooting shit at you and it's attacking your body. That would be a fortitude one. Now let's say I want to do something really, really cool. And I want to make a big ball of lightning and throw it at someone, and it makes a big explosion. That lightning shackles everyone. Well, my good friend, let me tell you what you could do. You could go onto extra, increase the range to it, and then you can add the area. It would be first. Boom. So I now have with these things, and they also make the power more expensive. So keep track of that because the more features and extras you add on, the more expensive the power is going to be. And then when you're getting up to rank like 4, rank 5, rank 6, these start to cost a lot of fucking points. So that's why you want to balance it out with adding some flaws too. So I'm going to add a flaw to make it because I'm charging this really big energy ball. That's gonna wear on me. So I'm gonna make the effect tiring. So whenever I do it, I get a little penalty that continues to stack the more and more I use this ability. So right now what I have is I have a ranged lightning burst that I throw at an area, and it chains everyone to the ground, and it causes me to get tired the more and more I use this ability. That's pretty cool. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. There is so much more you can do with this game. All of these powers, I can gain immunities to certain abilities, I can be an illusionist, I can nullify people's powers, I can get even tankier, I can shrink, I can summon people, I can transform into other people. There is so much with this game. This game really lets you hold the character in your hand and make whatever the hell you want, obviously alongside the DM with their approval and their help, and keeping it within the realms of the campaign. But there is so much you can do with this game, and I am glad to be able to share it with you all. This is my favorite tabletop RPG just because I like to really get hands-on and creative with how I want to do things in game. But yeah, thank you so much. Be sure to check out my Twitch streams, twitch.tv/morninggator. And I'll see y'all around. Thank you so much for checking the video out.